Welcome back, guys. In this video I will demonstrate you how we can create a key store, how we can create our own certificate, and how we can sign that certificate using our own certificate authority. To proceed with the demo, I have already downloaded the openssl client. So I navigate to this particular folder and I'll right click on this openssl.txt file and I'll run this file as an administrator so that we don't face any issue registering or creating our own certificate, which we will be doing via a few commands. So I've written all those commands in a notepad so that I don't have to waste much time on writing those commands in front of you, but obviously I will be explaining all those commands. So the first command which I am having is this one, which I need to run from this openssl command prompt. So here what I'm doing is I've given the path of this CNF file which is required to create my certificate. This first command will be used for creating my certificate. It will generate a key and the certificate while also specifying the number of days the certificate is valid for. So let me just click enter, and it will be asking me a couple of questions like what will be the password for my certificate. So I'll enter any random password now. So it is asking for a couple of queries which uh, I need to answer whether I'm registering the certificate as an individual user or for a particular organization. So right now I'm in India, so I can enter any data over here. I'm a developer, so I'm writing the organizational unit as dev. Common name can be an individual name or your domain name as well. Okay, so write this. Email address can be anything abc@xyz.com. So my certificate is created now, as we can see in the backend. The key for the certificate and the certificate itself is generated. So this is the key which is generated. This is the private key for the certificate actually, and this is the public key for the certificate. Now, to sign this certificate which is generated over here, I will have to run a few commands from the command prompt instead of SSL utility. So I'll go to my command prompt and I'll jump onto my second command, which is creating a key store. And while creating the key store, we also have the luxury to specify which algorithm my keystore certificate should work on. So in this case, I'm using RSA algorithm. If you can see the last part, hyphen key alg is written. So I'm specifying the algorithm as RSA, and my keystore name is client keystore, and the alias name which I'm using for my client keystore is client. I press enter. So it is asking me for some password which I need to give since I'm registering my certificate. It is asking for the first name and last name. Any random name I can give for now. So here if you say no, whatever we have done till now will be closed. So if I say yes, my certificate will be registered, my keystore will be registered. So again, it is asking me for to enter a password. If I want my keystore password to be used as the key password, then I should simply press enter, or I should enter a new password over here. So I just clicked on enter without entering any new password. Now I'll go ahead and execute my third command from the command prompt itself. So this particular request will generate a CSR file for my client keystore which I created in my previous command, using my previous command. So once I click enter, the CSR file will be generated after I give the correct password which I have set in my previous step. Okay. Now if I check back in the folder, my CSR file should be generated over there. So this is the CSR file which is generated. Now using that CSR file, I will execute this fourth command. In the openssl utility. So it is asking me for the passphrase which I gave in my first step. So this is done. Coming to the fourth part. Now in this particular step, what I'm going to do is I am importing the certificate which I have created. As I already mentioned, my certificate is in ca-certificate.pem.txt file. I'm importing that certificate into my keystore which I created in the second step. So I will enter the password. So again, it is asking me whenever we are importing any certificate into the keystore, it will ask again and again whether you trust the certificate or not. If you say no, the certificate will not be added to the keystore. If you say yes, certificate will be added. Okay. So now in my last step, I'll be using the client CSR file and the certificate which I have already generated. I am using that certificate and importing that into my keystore. So if you can see in this particular folder, there is a certificate generated because of the previous step, client.cer. So this time I'm going to add that to my keystore. Again, I need to enter the password. So certificate was successfully added into the keystore. Okay, so uh, I think you guys might be confused at what we did in the previous step and what is different in this particular step. So what we did in the previous step was just adding a certificate to the keystore. But in the second step, what we did, we imported a signed certificate of into the keystore. This is what is different from the previous step. For any queries, you guys can post your comments into the comment box, and I'll be posting all the commands in along with the video. So let me know if you have any doubts so that I can help you. And thank you for watching.